Trail Days 2018 is here, and we're kicking off the week with a special Q&A, answering your normal questions, but we're going to cover everything that you can expect for Trail Days 2018 coverage here on the channel. Plus, I have a little gear box giveaway, so stick around to the end and find out how you can get entered into the drawing for this. Welcome back, hikers, to our weekly Q&A here on the channel, and this is a special episode. We're going to be covering things about trail days, and I have so much stuff to cover. I'm so excited. This is my favorite time of the year. I get a chance to go out and meet all of you down in Damascus if you're out there, and if you're not, it's not a big deal because I am going to do my best to cover everything that's happening in Trail Days 2018 and publish it here on the channel. But before we get into that, we're going to go right into our normal Q&A. If you have any questions about anything related to backpacking, hiking, the outdoors, throw them below in the comments. I'll do my best to answer as many questions in next week's Q&A each and every Thursday. Now, it's customary that we do our beer of the week. We do a brew as we talk and answer your questions. This week, we are going to be featuring Lina Coogan's Summer Shandy. It's a lemonade beer. I love lemonade. This works out really well. We are going to try this thing out, and I've actually had this about 2,500 times. There's nothing wrong with making it 2501 right now. Cheers. Have you learned any German yet? If not, at least learn to say, I'll have another beer before you go. Have not learned that one yet, but I know a few other words, and they're probably not appropriate to say right here on the channel. The Germans, Pacemaker and White Walker, taught me a few things while we were on the trail for about 17 days, and they actually gave me a German-English dictionary that I was supposed to study throughout the rest of my AT through hike. Yeah, that never happened. I know the important words, and I'll probably pick up a lot more when I'm in Germany, but that will be definitely one that will have to be prioritized. Looking to buy an ultralight 3-person tent for me and the wife. Have looked and even handled a Zpacks tent. Not totally sold for the price. Can you give your thoughts, comments on other alternatives? Been looking at the Big Agnes HVUL tent. Thanks. All right, well, I put together a list of tents that I would recommend to go out and check that will be in that ultralight category and also be below the price of what you've looked out there with the triplex. So the first one is the Fly Creek HVUL 3. Comes in at 3 pounds and 5 ounces, $429. So about $270 cheaper than what you'd find at Zpacks. I do like the Fly Creek series. It's a tent that I was going to go with on the AT until I went with the duplex. Next is Mountain Lord Designs Super Mid. It's a pyramid tent. It starts at $385. Now that's just for the base. The tent doesn't have the floor or the bug netting, and that's going to run you somewhere between 19 to 29 ounces depending on what type of material that you're going to be running with that. Mountain Hardwear Ghost UL 3-person tent. Comes in about 3 pounds, 6 ounces, and it's going to run you at $549, which is about $150 cheaper than the triplex. And then one other one is the Cloudburst, which comes in at 3 pounds, 4 ounces, and that's at $369. So there's a handful of alternatives that you could try out there, things to research. Did you see the featured article in this month's Trail magazine about the TMB? I actually don't subscribe to Trail Runner. I have Backpacker magazine, and that's about it. I don't subscribe to a lot of magazines because I usually don't read a lot of them, but would love to hear a little bit more about that. I actually looked up their website and saw a couple things on the TMB, and as many of you know, that's the next hike that I'm going to be on, which is basically going to be in a month. So anything that you guys can give me for advice, put them down below in the comments, and I will look into that a little bit further, but I appreciate the shout out about that article. Have you ever hiked on the Oregon Coast Trail? What kind of shoes would you use for beach hiking? I have not. As a matter of fact, I haven't done any hiking in Oregon yet. That's a place that is high on my list that I'd love to go out and visit. I've heard nothing but great things about hiking out there. As it pertains to shoes specific just to beach hiking, something that I would almost try, and this is something that I've wanted to, but I don't trust myself yet, is hiking in Chacos. There's a lot of people out there that are hiking even the AT and other long distance trails in Chacos. And I don't trust myself because I'm so clumsy that I can see myself doing some damage to my feet by clunking a rock or something like that. But I would definitely think about doing that if there's going to be a lot of beach hiking. Have you heard when Trail Days 2019 is? Try looking online, but it's not saying. Trail Days should be the 17th, 18th, 19th of May next year. It's usually always the weekend right after Mother's Day, which that's when that jives. So I'd be surprised if it's not that 3-day stretch. For planning purposes, that's what I'd count on. And that wraps up the Q&A. We only had a half a dozen questions this week, which is fine because I want to talk about Trail Days. Trail Days is here. It will be in Damascus about 9 in the morning on Friday the 18th. So what are we going to be doing this year for Trail Days? Well, I already mentioned we are definitely bringing the vendor booths back. It was really popular. I heard nothing but great comments, except for maybe like 2. Great comments about the vendor booth walkthroughs. I'm going to start doing vendor booth walkthroughs on Friday morning and try to get pounded out with at least half of them on Friday if I can. I'll be doing that the majority of the time between 9 a.m. to about 3 p.m. So I'll be down at the booths, checking it out, talking with the vendors, seeing what's new. The whole purpose of me doing that is to give all of you the opportunity that aren't going to Trail Days to see what's new and what's coming up from all of our vendors out there at Trail Days, which most of the time we have some of the premium vendors that are coming to Damascus for Trail Days. So we'll get an opportunity to be able to do a video on all of the big booths as long as they have the opportunity to be able to walk it with me. We're going to do a hiker meetup on Friday evening, the 18th at 7 p.m. If you're in Damascus and you'd love to meet up and spend a little time with me, we are going to meet right in front of where the live music plays, which is the Town Park Gazebo, right in the very back. I'm planning on being out there and spending a couple hours with all of you from 7 to 9 on Friday evening, and then we'll probably head out and just kind of see what the night brings. Saturday, of course, is a hiker parade. I'll be walking in the hiker parade. I would love to do more hiker interviews. That was probably the other popular thing that I got and heard from all of you is all of the interviews that we did last year with the new hikers out there. It was really cool to kind of hear their stories and what brought them on the AT and what were some of the challenges and something fun about their experience so far. And then this year, we're going to take a tour of Tent City. I did something smaller last year, but didn't get the opportunity of really diving in and giving everyone the opportunity to kind of see what happens at Tent City. We're going to do that, but I also want to focus on all of the services that they offer at Trail Days for hikers, which is amazing at Tent City. Anything from getting your hair cut to all of the gear vendors that will help repair your gear there. Now, one event that I did not have the opportunity to attend last year was the Hiker Talent Show. I would love to get some footage about what's happening and what goes on at the Hiker Talent Show. Now, there'll be other little things that are going on, but I really truly want to try to capture the culture of Trail Days when we're there in Damascus and show that to all of you on the channel. So we are going to have a ton of content dropping on the channel these next 7 to 10 days. If there's anything that I missed that you would love to see me capture, comment below. It's going to be a fun week. I'm so excited. I can't wait to meet all of you. If you're going to be at Trail Days and you want to be at the meetup, also comment below. I want to kind of give a figure of how many people that we can expect to see during that meetup on Friday evening at 7. Speaking of Trail Days, I'm giving back again this year. I'm going to be supporting ALDHA this year, and I will be making a $500 contribution while I'm at Trail Days when I stop over at the ALDHA booth. Now, if you're not familiar with ALDHA, they're the Appalachian Long Distance Hikers Association. They are a 501(c) nonprofit organization comprised of about 1,800 hikers, through hikers, section hikers, flip-floppers, dreamers throughout the United States and world. The association's efforts is hiker focused. They have a total of 10 programs, and they are all educational, promoting long distance hiking, fellowship, and AT community. Now, the budgets that ALDHA gets is all driven purely off of membership dues. If you're not a member of ALDHA and would like to be a member of ALDHA, I'm going to put a link below that will take you right to their site, and you can become a member today. I will be, of course, signing up for the $500 membership, and would encourage anyone out there that would love to support this fantastic nonprofit organization that does so much good for our trails. I highly encourage that you become a member of ALDHA today. Now, in addition to that, I have worked with ALDHA and Bonfire to create a t-shirt that we are going to sell, that every single penny that is made in proceeds is going to go directly to a fantastic cause that ALDHA is really pushing hard here this year, and it's to the National Scenic Trails. There are a total of 11 National Scenic Trails in the U.S. We have the AT, the Arizona Trail, the CDT, the Florida Trail, the Ice Age Trail, the Natchez Trace Trail, the New England Trail, North County Trail, the Pacific Crest Trail, the PNT, the Pacific Northwest Trail, and the Potomac Heritage Trail. 11 total National Scenic Trails. Now, all this money that we're raising for this t-shirt campaign is going towards a fund to help nudge the National Trail System land managers and legislative bodies to create an active, funded, planned strategy to secure at least the trail treadways of these 11 National Scenic Trails. Now, of these 11 National Scenic Trails, 9 do not have secured right-of-way for their entire trail. They have a total of 15,530 miles that make up all of these 9 trails that don't have the right-of-way. Of that 15,000, over 4,000 of the miles are unsecured. So what that basically means is in these 9 National Scenic Trails, we have over 4,000 miles that are not connecting. We have to connect them via other methods, which is road walks, ways around the areas that they don't have the secured right away. And that's what ALDHA is committed to this year during the 50th anniversary of the National Trail System, to try to push legislation to get secured right of ways so we can connect our trails. In the upcoming days, I will drop a short video when we launch this campaign, and also link where you can buy your t-shirt to help support this amazing cause. And then to wrap things up, let's talk about the giveaway. It's Nomadic time. We're going to give away another box here this month. This is how you get entered into the Nomadic free drawing. Open up the show notes below. Go ahead and do it. I'll walk you through it. Now, click on the link that says Nomadic Giveaway. It's going to take you to a website. All you need to do is enter your name and your email address and click submit. Once you submit it, that's going to enter you into the drawing, and it will also enter you into the communication from Nomadic. Sometime next week, we are going to do another video, and then we'll give the thing away. So make sure you do this right now, or you're going to forget. Doesn't cost you anything, and who doesn't like free gear? Well, that does it for this week's special edition of Trail Days Q&A, but we're kicking off Trail Days 2018 coverage on the channel. I'm so excited. I can't believe I'm being in Damascus in 2 days' time. Now, before you go, we got some homework. Any way that you can support ALDHA by becoming a member of ALDHA or helping support our t-shirt campaign, it's going to a fantastic cause of trying to connect our National Scenic Trails. Number 2, make sure you don't forget to enter the giveaway for Nomadic. And the third, if you're going to be a part of the meetup group, comment below. We'd love to get a tally of how many folks that we are expecting to see out there, or if there's something in particular that you'd like to see on the channel for Trail Days coverage. That does it for me. Stay tuned for all the Trail Days sightings coming up here. Happy trails, and go take a hike.